6:30 this afternoon, sheriff's deputies responded to a child that had been left in a vehicle. We're in the 8100 block of Barnes Ridge Lane in the Crescent Park Village subdivision. The initial report is that the mother had 3 children, ages 5, 3, and 1, that she was going to take to daycare this morning. She dropped off the 5-year-old and the 3-year-old, but apparently left the 1-year-old child in the vehicle. She returned home, apparently went inside the house, came back out, went to exercise, came home, and then when they attempted to pick up the 3 children from the daycare had no record of the 1-year-old being dropped off. They returned to the residence over here, located the 1-year-old in the back seat of the car. That would probably be about 6 p.m. So the child was in the car from 8:30 a.m. until about 6 p.m. The child was pronounced dead at the scene. We are in the early stages of our investigation. We are attempting to obtain statements from both parents and document our scene. We're having a little bit of a language issue at this point. Hopefully we'll be able to get through that, and we will release the full story once we get all of our information correct.
So did mom switch cars?
It appears that she switched cars. Like I said, there were 3 children that were transported to the daycare. There's only 2 car seats in the car, and the child was found on the rear floorboard. So we're not real sure exactly what all the circumstances are. We haven't been able to interview mom at length. The father is not being real cooperative with us at this point. And so, like I said, once we have a chance to talk to everybody, get all the facts straight, I saw the medical examiner's office just arrived here on the scene. We'll sit there and present the case to the district attorney's office, see if they want this referred to a grand jury or if they're going to take direct charges.
The baby was found where?
The baby was found on the rear floorboard of the vehicle, and the car is parked in the street.
So the vehicle is this car here with the PKL?
Yes.
So was that car parked there all day, or was it parked at the house?
Well, we're trying to determine exactly where that car was. I think at some point the car may have been moved, and I know that someone from the daycare actually looked in the car after they reported that they were missing a child, and didn't initially see the child because the child was on the floorboard.
The sheriff's initial tweet mentioned an address over on Fisher Glen. Obviously, this is different.
That's in the subdivision here. Where that address came up, I don't know. When you initially try pulling this address up, it doesn't come up when you're like looking in HCAD or something like that. So, but this is the residence is here on this street here. So we're in the right area.
Do you believe the child passed away from the heat or from something else?
Well, like I said, the medical examiner's office just arrived on the scene, and we're probably going to have to wait until we receive the autopsy reports to know exactly what the cause of death is. But I understand it was mid to upper 90s today. It was sunny, and so that would probably put you in 120 degree plus temperature inside the car.
So the parents aren't necessarily, or I guess the mother is not facing any charges at this point?
Well, like I said, at this point we're trying to get all of our facts together so that we can present the case to the district attorney's office, and it'll be up to them whether they direct file the charge or it's presented to a grand jury.
Mother was detained?
Yes.
Taken downtown?
Yes, she is at our office in Lockwood.
You mentioned a baby. How old?
The baby's 1, and then the other 2 children are 5 and 3.
Oh, and the baby's name?
No,
Female.
it is a female child.
I know you said there was some struggle with getting a statement, but did the mother, have you been able to talk to her, see how she...
No, she obviously is extremely upset, and so we're trying to get her calmed down and and obtain the statement from her as accurately and coherently as possible.
On the surface of this, does it appear accidental?
At this point, it does, but we'll, we're going to do a thorough investigation, and we want to be sure we have an answer to all the questions.
In what condition was the vehicle found? I mean, it was shut off,
Yeah,
windows
the
up,
vehicle
doors
was
locked?
off, windows was up, and the child was in the back seat.
Forgive me if you mentioned this earlier, but who made the discovery of the baby?
They initially went to pick up all three children from the daycare. The daycare had only received 2 children, and then one of the daycare employees came back over here with the parents and located the child in the back seat of the car.
So it was the daycare employee and the parents who found the kids?
Yes,
Which daycare was this?
I don't know.